that kind of goes into, what your strategy might be during the off season. I think you're already putting it into play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about, what each of us kind of, when we're anticipating $1 floors of S2 common moments, if we're anticipating an S1 base set market cap reducing, all the way down to 40,000 or maybe even dropping below that, what is the game plan here? If you have expectations of everything falling out from underneath itself, why wouldn't you short all of your moments? Why wouldn't you sell them all off right now, collect what money you can, and then buy them back out at a later price down the road?
Yeah, 100%. So really quick, my current strategy, and this obviously could change depending upon how low Series 1 and some other stuff drop. I've kind of been of the belief that while Series 1, yes, long-term is the most valuable series, obviously, because it's the first, it's going to be the most limited. You have all these Top Shot debuts, like all this very unique stuff that you won't ever see again. I think that Series 2 is the most undervalued series overall right now. And I think we see that with a couple things like the Throwdown set, which has some really great moments in it. Not that I want the whole set, but those keep going down. And if they keep going down, like I think those have way more opportunity long-term in terms of a percentage increase.
100% agree.
Yeah. And I think the Scene Stars set is a super, super slept on set. It's the first all-star set that we've seen. You're getting all-stars. They're all-stars that'll probably be all-stars next year. How many times can I say all-stars? But I think there's a lot of opportunity in Series 2. However,
agree with you on the Seeing Stars set as well.
If things keep dipping, like if we're seeing this dip a lot earlier than I thought, and I don't know if this is a temporary dip and we're going to see kind of a push when the finals and some of these bigger packs drop, and then maybe an off-season dip after that, or if it's just going to keep slowly going down. I don't know enough yet to predict really where we're going with that. But if we do see things keep dipping, I might have to focus a little on Series 1, because I know that's what the thing is. I feel like everyone's preaches Series 1 so much that my strategy has been like, well, everyone's looking at it already. Like, what value can I get in Series 2 that no one sees right now? But if things keep going down with Series 1, I might not have any choice but to stop ignoring it and like scoop up a couple of Top Shot debuts of players that I actually believe in,
Yeah. So what I've essentially resigned myself to is, and it's going back to my original philosophy when I got involved in Top Shot, which is, man, I'm just going to get the moments that I like.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this on Morning Marketplace with Mike. The first moment I ever bought was Damian Lillard's step back, game-winning fadeaway three-pointer with the Lexus in the background, because I thought, man, that's just a dope basketball highlight. In the NBA, there's just so much about that moment that I like.
And Ernest Cantor giving him a big old kiss at the end. Like,
exactly.
You don't see that often either.
Exactly. So there's so many great things going on in that moment that I just had to have it as part of my collection. And so that's what then I started realizing, serial numbers are important. And, there's Series 2 and Series 1. Then there's common and rare. And I got into all the collector aspect of it, right? And my philosophy kind of changed, right? And I started making a little bit more strategic decisions. But I'm going back to that original philosophy, which is I'm just going to buy moments that I like. And I'm carrying forward and understanding that, hey, if it's a superstar moment, that's even better. If it's from Series 1, that's even better. If it's a Top Shot debut of a Series 1 moment from a superstar, that's the even betterest. And if it's a low 3-digit serial number, definitely get into it, right? So I'm carrying all of that forward, but I'm really just going to go after basketball highlights that I really like, right? So you see me talking about Nico Mannion. And that's just a player that I like. I don't care that it's just some run-of-the-mill assist. I guess it's his first assist, which fan-fucking-tastic, right?
Yeah. All GOATs got to start somewhere.
Exactly. A Hall of Fame career has humbling beginnings. So I'm just going to go the Russell Westbrook throwdown. I got that. I got a clean serial, ends in a 00. Love that. Yeah. And so, no, I'm not going to try to short that moment because I don't know if I sell that moment that I'll be able to get a better cereal than that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm selling off all my junk moments, all the moments that I rushed to for the marketplace to accumulate for trade tickets or that I got in packs that are S2 commons. That again, if this thing burns to the ground and with this all starts all over again, do these have any value? Like Josh Hart, 40K. Love you, Josh Hart. Please, somebody come buy it. It's listed for $3 right now. I'm getting out of all of my S2 commons unless it's something that I like the Cole Anthony buzzer beater game winner. I like the buzzer beater game winners.
Yeah.
If it's got a
you know how I feel about those.
Yeah, exactly. I love all the buzzer beater game winners because to me that's like the best moment in basketball. Like there's nothing that translates so well in a highlight on so many levels, right? So I'm getting back to that, right? And so if that moment or that highlight occurs in a moment, then I don't really care about like what the mint size is or how rare it is or whatever. Everything else though, I'm putting it back in the marketplace. I need to recoup money. I'm selling at a loss. I'm not heavily leveraged into Top Shot, so these are not massive losses that other people have experienced, and thank God for it. But I'm getting out of the S2 comments. I'm done chasing this collector score. I'm done chasing the trade ticket route, at least for the offseason. And, I'm going to try to get it more into S1, but really moments that I like. That's my strategy moving forward because that's a strategy that can exist during a bull market, during a bear market, in season, off season, playoff. Yeah. It
can't go wrong with that.
And so that's what I feel most comfortable with. That's my non-financial entertainment purpose only advice on this show.
Yeah, we like to call them conspiracy theories here. But yeah, no. And I totally agree with you on that. For me, it's been similar though. Well, where I was expecting kind of a playoff bump, and especially when they announced collector score, instead of going for that hollow pack, I started to sell off moments that I could sell at a profit and consolidate and acquire Dapper for the offseason because, like I said, I've been basically Chicken Little for a couple months saying like the sky is falling, like the offseason there is a dip, and a lot of people are like, no, hardcore beta is coming, like run it back is coming, blah, blah, blah. While I do refuse to sell for a loss, anything that is for profit, I've been just chipping away at my collection. Like you said, getting rid of some of those players that if everything burned down to the ground, would I even want to have this? Like if everything was completely worthless, that Cole Anthony buzzer beater, I'm still happy I have it. We kind of talked about this off camera, but how a lot of the triple badge rookie moments kind of are underwhelming. Like the triple badge Cole Anthony, just a normal jump shot. And the reason it's his triple badge is because it's his first basket in the NBA. Give me the buzzer beater every time. Like
100%.
I'll hold. I don't mind holding that whether it goes up or it goes down because I'm not really buying it to sell it. I'm buying it because I like it. And the big difference for me, like I said, is just I kind of refuse to sell at a loss, which I mean might have been stupid of me. I got that LeBron no look 3 at 550 at one point. I could have sold it at 300. It's now below 200, and I'm just like, well, I guess I've got it. And if it never goes up, it never goes up.
Yeah, it's not a loss until you sell. Yeah,
exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about what they're planning this off season, right? So you've got the Run It Back series. We've got this Rake Back, which we have a term, but no explanation for the term. I think we can kind of reasonably assume that they're essentially talking about giving money back.
So I think that is where we could see either a complete, like a bear market turn to a bull market, or like just this wild flash in the pan that goes off. And either way, it'll be really interesting. So for people who are watching this who haven't heard about this at all, and Sawyer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Rake It Back, like you said, is them kind of giving people money back. And the idea from what I've heard is that if you're buying a moment and you spent that extra 5% fee, all that 5% you spent will go back to you. Now, if you sell a moment, that 5% that they take, Top Shot's keeping that, and that makes sense. But they're going to reimburse all Top Shot users their 5% on what they purchased. Not what the moment's worth, but when you made a purchase, that 5% fee you're going to get back. And I believe I saw on Twitter, and I mean, I think this is accurate, but they gave no proof, so I'm believing it blindly. But someone was saying this would inject about 32 million back into the marketplace in the hands of users, which obviously is a pretty big number.
I would be surprised if they gave back 5%. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Maybe they only give a percentage of that 5%.
So you have to have spent a certain amount to even qualify, or there's tiers. Top Shot loves tiers. They love, eligibility, things like that.
Yeah, and I would assume they would give it back as non-transferable funds or whatever they call it.
Right. What I think if that happens, I think what we can expect is I think the higher end moments get bought.
Yes, I agree with that.
I don't think, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe people go to the marketplace and they're like, oh, well, I'll buy out all these S2 commons and I'll get the 5% back. And, if it doesn't work out, I can just use these as trade tickets to get S1s. But if I had a big bankroll, if I was a whale, and I thought, well, I've spent enough that no matter what the tiers are, if they go to a tier system on this rake back system, I know I'm getting my 5% back. I would go buy expensive moments. I go buy that LeBron TSD and I'm getting 5% back on $8,000, or get into a cosmic or a hollow. Only because it's, you might as well own something worthwhile that could potentially appreciate if I'm going to get this 5% back. So I think you would see more strategic purchases, and the mid to high end tier stuff would start getting bought out. That would be my expectation. I also think that the rake back offer is not going to be as rich as everyone thinks it will be, only because nothing on Top Shot is ever as rich as everyone thinks it will be.
Oh yeah, no, I think you're, as soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, people tend to be overly optimistic about stuff like this, and realistically, that just doesn't exactly make sense. Like, why would Top Shot say, like, one big part of our revenue stream we're just going to completely give up
while we're growing?
Yes, while we're growing, hiring new people, like doing all this stuff, and we have no idea like what the end cost will be before we get out of beta, before we get that second round of investment money, like all that stuff.